Have you ever hit that point where you just feel done praying, done hoping, done believing that things will ever change? You're not angry at God, not exactly, but you're tired of waiting, tired of feeling like heaven is silent. And somewhere deep inside, you wonder, God, where are you? Did you forget about me? If that's where you are, I want you to know you are not alone. You are not as far from God as it feels right now. Some of the hardest moments in your walk with God aren't when you're full of questions. They're when you're met with silence. You've done what you were supposed to do. You've prayed, you've trusted, you've tried to stay faithful, but nothing seems to move. And over time, that silence starts to sound like abandonment. But let's be honest, even the strongest believers have been right where you are. David, the man after God's own heart, cried out, "How long, Lord? Will you forget me forever?" Elijah, the bold prophet who stood alone on Mount Carmel, later sat under a tree and begged God to take his life. This isn't weakness. It's what happens when the soul gets worn down by long nights and unanswered prayers. Now hear this. God hasn't left you. Even if you can't feel him, he's still near. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." It may not feel like he's close, but feelings aren't facts, and silence isn't absence. Some of the most important work God does in your life, he does in the dark. Seeds grow in silence. Roots take hold where no one can see. And real faith? It's not proven when everything is clear. It's proven when you keep going, even when everything inside you wants to stop. If you're barely holding on today, well, that's still holding on. And Jesus said in 2 Corinthians 12:9, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." You don't have to be strong. You just have to stay open. You don't need to impress God. You don't need perfect words. You just need to be real. God isn't asking for performance. He wants your honesty, your disappointment, your confusion, even your frustration. Because those moments, when you bring your whole weary heart to him, are the ones where he meets you the deepest. If you feel like your story is stuck, remember, God's not finished. Joseph sat in a prison before he walked into his purpose. David ran from caves before he wore the crown, and even Jesus buried in silence before he rose in glory. The silence you're in right now might be the ground where your breakthrough is being planted. Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest, if we do not give up." That's not just something to hang on your wall. That's a lifeline, and right now, it may be the truth your heart needs to hear the most. So if you're tempted to give up on God, just know this: he has not given up on you. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not lost. What feels like the end might actually be the beginning of something new. So take one more step. Whisper one more prayer, even if it's messy, even if it's quiet, even if it hurts. Because the God that you can't hear right now, he still hears you. He still sees you, still holds you. And he is still worth holding on to. I'll see you in the next video.